Hey, Go Knucklers, it's Flo, and welcome back to Go Knuckle Talk with Flo. And a reminder when you're on my YouTube channel, or I'm sorry, our YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, like the video, and leave comments, please. And now for my famous, lovely co-host, Lisa Nolan Hafner. Hey, Lisa,
Hi, Michael.
I can't believe next week is Christmas.
I can't believe this is what our 40th show.
Yeah, I think so. Well, we'll talk about that later.
I,
Let's talk about this lovely, good-looking young man. Who is this guy?
Tonight's special guest. It was like, who, where? Um,
I look
None
around.
other than class of '83.
Yes,
Tommy Alcozer.
83.
Uncle said all the names.
So,
He's always
Tommy, I'm wearing this shirt in your honor. It's a little tight, but it's Bruce Lee. It's one of his
Yep.
famous quotes. It says, "Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. You put water in a cup, it becomes a cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend." Bruce,
Exactly.
he was the man. He
He
was a
was the
badass man.
man. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
well, yes, he was.
well.
So,
Before we get into our show,
oh yeah,
because we have the show is about a particular subject matter, but Tommy also, we like to promote Plainview businesses, and Tommy owns a Plainview business that he has worked at for 36 years and owned for the last 5 years, and it's Two-Way Radio of Plainview. And basically, his company handles all the communication needs for the police department, the sheriff's department, and anybody else who needs it. Correct? Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the
And
ownership of that
thank you.
business, and we're happy to promote you here. And thank you again so much for joining us. And we didn't get to see you. When was the last time we saw you?
I have no idea.
you
I
were
I
you were
think
at the picture at
I was
Lakeside.
at the picture. Yeah, y'all took a
Yes.
picture at
Oh,
Lakeside. I went
yes,
out
I
there.
know. I saw you
Yeah.
sometime during our reunion stuff, but I couldn't remember where. Thank you.
He only showed up for that. I mean,
Yeah. I had to leave town. I'm always on the road. Always.
oh
You missed a great time, Tommy. I wish you'd been able to come hang out with us.
Yeah, I wish to.
It was it
well
was it was a
I
lot of
got to see a bunch of y'all when we took that picture and got to say hi to a few, and then I had to hit the road.
well let's see. We're in 24. What 4 more years? It'll be a 45th. You can show up to that one.
There you go.
No, 3 more years. My bad. Three more
Good.
years if I could
Yeah,
add.
God willing.
Yeah, absolutely. You can say that. You can say that again. Well, Tommy, martial arts. What's the name of your dojo again?
I don't. Here in town is known as extreme karate.
Okay.
Uh, Out there in the world, I'm known as Plainview Extreme Fighters, and that's what we've been with. I've been doing this for quite some time. I started teaching in 1989, and
wow.
we've been open since then.
When did you start martial arts? When did you
Uh,
individually start?
I did it when I was young. I don't know if you remember back. Oh, geez, I guess sixth, seventh grade when I started there with Rudy Gutierrez,
Gutierrez? Yeah,
and
Gutierrez.
your
Yeah.
father was there at the time.
Yes.
Marshall. He
Yes.
trained with him for quite a while until the parents couldn't afford it no more. So I was taken out of there. But yeah, back in I'm gonna say 80, 88, no 87. I don't know if y'all remember Darren Walters. He went to school with us as well.
Was he in
Yeah,
our class?
yeah, he was in our class, but he moved away in the ninth grade
Okay.
when we were playing. There in ninth grade. He moved away, and then he came back and came into my shop because he had a problem with his police car. He was a police officer, and I'm sitting here looking at him, but if you don't remember him, I guess not. He was about 5'2", 5'3", maybe 90 pounds when he was here and left. And when he came in, I'm sitting there looking at him, but I'm looking up at this guy, and I read his badge and it said Walters, and I thought, well, I said, man, he sure looks like my buddy, back in the days. And so I said, hey, you got a brother? And he said, no, I'm an only child. I said, well, so is my friend. And he shows me, he says, Alcozer. And I said, yeah. I said, oh, shoot, Derek? And he said, yes, sir, that's me. And I said, man, I'm sorry. We used to throw him around in the football when we was playing football. We used to pick him up and run and slam him places. And now he was 6'4", 230 pounds, all muscle.
Ooh,
He was a big guy.
Wow.
And he tells me, he goes, man, he goes, because he was in the karate with us as well back then. And he said, hey, I've got a gym that I opened up here in a dojo. He goes, but I only teach police officers and their families. He goes, but man, y'all come back. So I had my two boys, me and them, all of us went and got back in there, and we all got our black belts under him. And in '89, he moved away. So I just opened up, and we've been very, very successful with that since then.
oh, good.
God's blessed me, and he's taken me places. I have fought all over the United States, with all of my students. And then I was elected back in 2000. I was elected assistant coach for Team USA in kickboxing. And 2 years later, I was given the head coach position. And I stayed there till 2012. My wife got really sick, and I went ahead and pulled out and told them I wasn't going to be traveling and doing things with them anymore because of that. They had given my wife 5 years to live, and but hey, like I said, God is good, and right now my wife is still with me, and
Wow.
she's still
Oh, good.
shocking them doctors. They're like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it.
Oh, good. Well, let's go back to well, you mentioned Rudy and my
Yeah,
dad. We had, remember Shotokan? That's the
yeah,
type of
yeah. So
karate. And I can still do my fingers how you're supposed to pull your middle finger, the same level as the others. So, yeah,
yeah,
I think I did that for a couple of years. And of course, my dad stayed until, geez,
yeah,
I don't know, 10 years ago, I think. I mean, he
yeah,
taught for 30 plus years or maybe 40
yeah,
or
yeah. He
longer.
did
But
did for a good while, and in fact, I even went into the YMCA when he was there. When Darren first moved away, I went with him for a while, and we was working out with him until I opened up my own gym.
oh,
Did
cool.
did that for a
So
while.
what gave you like uh, what's the word I want to make? Okay, what made you like, all right, I'm going to start my own? Why? I mean, why was that important, or why was that a goal of yours, or was it a goal?
Well, at first, it was just something that I wanted to do with my boys. I wanted them to grow up and not have to be worrying about things that I worried about when I was growing up. I was bullied, when I was a young kid until I guess the eighth grade that I actually stretched up and grew up, and then the bullying kind of stopped in. But then I took it, and I was going the wrong way with it, and did a lot of things that I regretted in life, but I went I went back to a whole lot of people and offered my hand, and asking them to please forgive, and I'm a different man and stuff, and just about everybody I went to accepted and gave me their hand, and we've been good friends since. And but back to that, I was just didn't want my boys growing up to be running from people like that all the time. And so we got into the karate. We actually first started with another friend of mine, and he was there for a while at the Y, and then he moved away, and then that's when Darren came up, and we had already had about a year and a half with that other guy before he moved, and we just started training and trying to get things going. We went to hundreds and hundreds of karate tournaments, everywhere we went. Darren built a good team. He built an excellent team, and we were really good. And
When did
everywhere
he
we
move
went.
back? If you don't want me asking, when did he move back? If he
When did
left in
he
ninth
move
grade?
back over here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably '87.
Okay.
You know, and he was already a fifth degree black belt at that time.
Dang.
And yeah, he was doing really good. And we traveled all over the United States doing karate tournaments.
Yeah.
Then we went to a karate tournament one time. There was a boxing ring there. So my son says, "Dad, what are they doing?" And I said, "I don't know. This is sensei." So we asked him. He said, "Oh, they're having kickboxing tonight." And my boy's like, "Sign me up, Dad." And I said, "Well, let's see if they got anybody." Well, they did. They had this kid who had 18 kickboxing fights already, and my son's, "I don't care. I just want to try it." And so I was all right. Put him in there, boy. He got whooped.
How old was your son?
He was 11 at the time.
Okay.
Oh
11
boy,
years
what a
old.
what
Yeah.
a lesson! What a
It,
lesson!
Yeah,
yeah.
but
You know that.
it was a good lesson because everywhere we went, like I said, in karate tournaments, nobody could beat him. He
Nice.
was so fast. He was real good. So when he got in there, it was a humbling experience
I
for
was
him.
just about to say he was very humbled. It was probably a
Yes,
Yeah.
he was,
lesson for him.
and he loved it. I mean, he was bloody from head to toe.
Oh,
But
job.
he said, "That's what I want, Dad." He goes, "That's what I want to do from now on." And so I started doing that. I did a little boxing back when the Cavazos had that gym going. So I put my boxing experience that I did have with them and the karate experience that we had now, and started teaching kickboxing with them.
That's
And
cool.
we
Wow.
did really good. My son, when he finally quit fighting, that he got married, he had 112 wins and 11 losses. So he won the world title and did really good.
That's
And then he
fantastic.
Dang.
got
Good
married, and
for
his wife said no more, and he said okay.
good for him. Good for
Yeah,
I,
good for him.
yeah.
Uh,
this is a question for both of you, actually.
Uh huh.
Um, and I'm going to start with you, Tommy, because you're our guest. What did martial arts do for you when you were like? What did it give you? What did you garner from it? What did it do for you? How did it benefit you when you were young?
It gave me a lot of confidence in myself. It helped me to believe in myself and that I could do things. And it it taught us discipline. I lacked discipline growing up. Like I said, I started going the wrong way after the eighth grade. Ninth and 10th grade. I mean, I was quiet. If y'all remember me, I was really quiet. I was shy, and that kind of helped me get out of that. And then I found the wildlife, and I started doing not drugs, but I like drinking and going out. Just doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. And so when I found that, it actually helped me redirect my life. It really
well,
did.
good.
So that's what I do with all of the kids. Here, if I got a kid staring in my front window, I get them in there. I tell them come on in. I try to give these kids something to do other than running around in the streets. I try to point them in the right direction, and you know, we've had good success with it.
Well, good. Good for you. I mean, I took it. I think I started in fourth grade, at least, and then quit seventh, just because that's when we got into football and basketball and all that. But what I learned at a young age, like Tommy mentioned, is discipline. You get taught in Shotokan to walk away from fights. You're not an instigator. You're taught to walk away, but if you need to protect yourself, then you have to protect yourself. And but it's more the discipline that I took away from when I was there. And I don't. I mean, I'm the way boxing MMA is it? Um,
Yeah,
they paired you by weight class, correct, Tommy? I
yes,
see.
sir.
In karate, I don't know if they still do it now, but back then I did a few tournaments. They put you against the belt.
The
So
belts, yeah. It
so
was
when I was
by
like a
age and belt rank.
yeah, well, I don't know about age because I faced this guy who was like, again, I was in maybe sixth grade, I think, and this guy was like 6'1". 6'2". I mean, he didn't know much karate I did. However, I mean, the kid was stronger and taller and had a long ass reach. So I was like, no, you know what? Maybe I'll just do football, basketball, and track. So
Yeah. So for several years, I've taken Bagua, which is a form of Kung Fu. And you don't, it's a different martial art where you're training more like the Shaolin, you're lined up and, you're going through these sequences. They are fight sequences, but you're not engaging with anybody else. But for me, the discipline of really connecting your mind and your body to where there's nothing that exists except it's your breath is connecting it. You're in this zone of really disciplined mental space that is in complete command of your breath and your body. And I found that really, really powerful. And most of the time I was the only girl in class, but it was just a different form of moving my body. And I thought it was just the discipline of myself, of my mind and myself. That's why I love that quote that you started out with of Bruce Lee, because I think all martial arts, even MMA, even though it's so violent and physical, it's still a mental game. It's a mental sport. Anyway,
Exactly. Yeah.
Moving
absolutely.
on.
Look, go ahead, Lisa.
No.
I was gonna say, let's go back to your tournaments. You said you went done. Did you fight in tournaments yourself, Tommy, or did you mostly take your team?
No, I've taken my team. I mean, I did compete some, but not as much as I've gone out to do with everybody else. Um, there's a lot of people that say some people make better coaches than fighters.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I did. I fought a lot, but
Yeah.
I turned it to that. I turned it to teaching, and that's why I've had great success. We just fought Sunday in Houston.
Right
Went
down the
down there,
road.
took my guy down there, and took the guy out in the second round. We went out there in the first round, and like I always tell all of my students, I'm not watching you when you're fighting. I'm watching them. And when you come back after that, then I'll tell you what it is we need to do and take care of business, And so first round we went out there and did really good, and I got combinations that I yell out so that people don't know what we're doing, and so I yelled it out to him, and he threw it as soon as he heard me and dropped the guy. Got on top of him and started grounding and pounding, but bell rang. So came back and I said, all right, here's what we did, and it worked perfectly. I said, now I want you to go out southpaw. I said, and when you get to him, I said, go ahead and release it. I said, down and over. And I said, let's go home. I said, you'll knock him out. Sure enough, he walked out there in 9 seconds in the second round. He knocked him out.
And this is John Angel Yanis, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
and he's gonna be in the title match, the next one.
Yeah, February 21st. The next one will be in San Antonio, February 21st,
Okay.
and that'll be for the title. After that, they're talking to us already about going to the Contender Series with the UFC. So I've already had one kid win the Contender Series. I don't know if y'all heard of him, Raul Rosas. He goes around saying chihuihuis. I don't know if y'all heard that, but he's already got commercials. He was the youngest kid to ever get a contract from UFC. He was 17 years old, and he went and did the Contender Series and won it. So
congratulations. Kudos.
Yeah. How old is he now?
he is 20 now.
Okay, so who was his parents?
19, yeah.
Was his parents our age or still younger than us?
No, let me see, Raul Sr. would be maybe 48 by now.
Okay. So they're younger than us. There you go.
Yeah, they're younger than us.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So, the young man you were talking about that just competed in San Antonio, how old is he?
He's 30 years old.
Okay.
Wow. He's late starter, but good for him.
Yeah, he started with me 7 years ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
And we went through his amateur year, few years of amateur fighting, and then I told him, hey, you're knocking everybody I'm putting in front of you. I said, let's go ahead and go pro. And he's done good. He's got 3 losses on his record, and 2 of them were not losses. Even though the other fighters, in fact, one of them, we offered to fight him again because he won the title on that one. And he said he vacated the title. He said, I won't fight John Giannis again.
So the judges, those
Yeah.
stinking judges.
Oh yeah, it was 2 of those were that way. One he did lose. He did lose one, but
Okay.
that the other 2 they shouldn't have been. But that's why we tell them, don't leave it in judges' hands. Go out there and knock them out.
It's your said and
Oh,
done, though,
submit 'em.
right?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, we've done quite a bit. I've won lots of world titles in the kickboxing world. I've had a lot of success with it. God's been good with me. He's been showing me the way, showing me the path, and showing me how to treat people and how to teach them and how to guide them, and it's been good. It's been really good.
So this is not on our questions, but any of them become instructors themselves or help you at the dojo after
Yeah.
their
We've I've got several that have already branched out, and they got their own gyms and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Like where? What cities?
In New Mexico, there's some Lubbock. In Lubbock, we've got 1, 2, 3 schools that are actually, we're all sister schools. And then Amarillo, we've got some there. Just kind of a little bit everywhere. A lot of my
I hope
combinations.
I hope you
You
started
know,
a franchise.
I should have, but no. I let everybody run their own, do it the way they want. But I do.
Yeah.
I do drop in on them every now and then.
Okay.
Well, Tommy, that just really speaks to your character, because a lot of people would have franchised and watered down their values and what they bring to these young people, and you've chosen to just dedicate yourself. I'm really impressed by that. And you know your integrity speaks through what you're sharing with us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, but in other words, he could have been the McDonald's of,
Yeah, yeah, we could have.
Helping these young people is more important to him.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm really, I'm just really moved by that. So you've shared quite a bit of your accolades, and successes. I want you to share maybe some of the challenges
Oh, the
of mentoring
challenge.
young people and coaching them and taking them to competition in any of those arenas. Can you share?
Well, I want to know is financial one of them, because to me, to travel, it's got to
That's
be
what I was
fun.
gonna
It's got to
say.
be money.
Yeah, the biggest obstacle to overcome is the cost of going everywhere. Like I said, I did travel all over the world. Um, they did pay for me for all that stuff. Got my rooms, everything, my meals. But my wife, if she went with me, I had to pay all of hers, and it's not cheap going overseas.
I
Quite a
bet
bit.
not.
But all over the states here, I've always had a big vehicle, and I carry as many as I can with me, and we go to places, and I provide everything for everybody. And um, there's there could be money in this if I wanted it. That's not what I'm there for. I work with all of these kids, even my adults. I've got I got probably 50 students in there, and maybe 10 of them pay me something. It's just that's not. I've never been there for that. Like I said, God has done a lot of miracles for me. So to me, that's what I'm doing back. I'm giving that. I'm giving people hope. I'm giving them something to do. I'm giving them, and it's been good. Like that little old Rosas kid, they came from Clovis over here to me every day
Oh,
to train,
wow.
and they were a very poor family. So there was 5 of them that came to train. Man, I didn't charge them anything either. We just it's just been something that has been with me. I told my wife, you know, I said, hey, I got into karate. They took me out because we couldn't pay no more. Got into boxing, I couldn't afford it. Got in band. I said, I was doing really good. I said, I have first chair. And they took my cornet away because we couldn't afford the payments on that. So
Oh
all my
man.
life, I've always had something taken away from me. You know, we had horses, they got taken away from me. So when I opened my gym, I told my wife, if somebody can pay, fine. If they can't, that's fine too. I said, I'm going to do this because I want to give and I want to make sure that these kids got somewhere to go and don't have to worry about paying. You know, I provide a lot of equipment for them. A lot of them that can't, I call it my scholarship funds, but it's just my pocket.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we do quite a bit for that, you know. Like I
Well,
said,
do you ever ask for donations? I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask for donations.
Plainview doesn't do that. I used to. I used to go out and, you know, because I would have shows here all the time and I'd go around trying to get sponsorships, little donations here and there. But, 25 bucks, that was about it, you know. People would give you 25 bucks. And so I stopped doing that. I said, now I'll just raise all the funds myself. That's what I've done.
Well, hopefully this podcast will inspire people from our hometown to support you, because what you're doing is nothing short of wonderful and remarkable, and it deserves to be supported by the community, because what you're doing is mentoring young people that are going to go out into the community with great values, um, personal integrity, good work ethic, discipline, and those are all life lessons that are priceless. And so I
Yeah.
hope people that watch this are inspired to be generous to your cause.
Yeah. I mean, what do you need, Tommy, right now? Like, what could you use if you a piece of equipment? I mean, what could you use?
Yeah, I mean, some of the equipment's already getting worn out, so we do need more boxing gloves, more, I need more speed bags. I mean, just stuff like that, little stuff, not really big. Right now, what I'm trying to raise some money for is to order all of my kids their windsuits. So and each one of those is $100 a piece.
Okay.
Now,
I'll tell you what. Um, I'll give you a Christmas present. Find someone who's really, not well financially, and I'll buy their little suit I'll buy their suit, man. I'll vend you the money, whatever you need.
I
Okay,
appreciate it.
you got that from me. Cool.
Good. Thank you.
So you're very welcome, man. It's Christmas. So
Yeah.
and then I would like to have a picture sent to me of that person wearing it, male or female. And
Got it.
then I'll do that for you. And then guys, you hear this, man? If you guys have an extra $100, let's just help Tommy. Like you said, he's keeping his kids out of the streets and showing them there is a good life. So anyway, good for you, Tommy.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, give us your Venmo. I'm gonna do the same. I'm matching Michael and doing the same.
No, you're supposed to double me.
You make
Right.
more money than I do. Oh,
uh, so
I do appreciate that, though.
yeah, we'll hook you up, man. As soon as you get off, text me your Venmo account and I'll send it to you. Do you have Venmo? I assume.
I got Venmo. Yeah, I got
Okay,
that.
good. Um, growing up and doing this at a young age, or even a later age, who was like Bruce Lee? Was there anyone else that you look up to? Not
Yeah,
I would say not on not just TV, but someone who was in the industry.
yeah. Well, like you're saying, Bruce Lee. That's really who got me going. Him and Chuck Norris. I really love them two guys, and I actually know Chuck Norris now.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And so yeah, I've just a lot of boxing wise, I was into Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., Oscar De La Hoya, people like that, and I've been around quite a bit, around a bunch of them. you know Growing up and in doing this, I have met a lot of them, a lot of the actors that you've seen, like that John Paul Van Damme
Oh
on that
yeah.
Van what's his name?
John
John,
Claude.
John
John
Claude
Paul,
Van Damme.
the
Yeah, yeah.
one that fought Van Damme on Sports Blood. I got to meet him. You know, he was at we went to fight at a Children's Miracle Network in Los Angeles, and it was all movie stars and just very, very rich people there. Hey, I drank a beer with William Shatner.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
Oh, my.
he bought me a beer. I was like, oh man, that was so
Captain
cool.
Kirk.
Yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's nice.
He was there. You know, I got to meet him there. That's where I met Arnold Schwarzenegger for the first time, and then Salma Hayek, Paris Hilton.
Ooh.
You know, all of them were there, and I was like, wow. Paris
Okay.
Hilton. They had Lamborghinis parked all down the driveway, and then they had put red carpet out, so they were all the limos were dropping off everybody out
Yeah.
there.
And
I'm
here's a
looking,
kid from Plainview, Texas.
yeah, and I'm
And
looking at
this,
all these Lamborghinis, and here this limo pops out, and these long legs come out, and I'm sitting there looking at him, and she gets out, and it's Paris Hilton, and I'm like, she tells me hi, and I'm still going,
what was your
Oh,
wife?
oh no, she was here. She was at home. In fact, I had taken. See, well, the funny part was with me and Darren. He was my sensei in karate, but I was his coach in kickboxing. And we had went to over there to fight, and then I had taken him to fight. And a lot of people trip out on us because I would call him sensei, he'd call me coach. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, that's the way we are, guys. But yeah,
Oh,
I got a
very cool.
lot of that. You know, I got people that I met around here. You know, a lot of the. You know, there's been a lot. There's been a lot. There's just I'm just getting stuck with no names right now in my head.
That's cool, man.
I have an off-subject question, Tommy. Is,
Uh-huh.
is Salma Hayek as pretty in person as she is on?
Oh my, yes.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
I think
But
she's beautiful.
yeah, she is. She
Yeah.
was nice. I mean, I've like I said, I've met a whole bunch of people, and they were nice. They didn't blow me off and tell me to go away or nothing. You know, they actually talked to me and said hi. You know.
Well, they're just people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
They're
You
just
know,
people.
one of my besides Bruce Lee's you mentioned, Chuck Norris is okay, but I really enjoyed watching what's his name, Bill Superfoot Wallace.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if
I
you
know him
remember
real
him.
well too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know him real good too.
that dude had a roundhouse that can knock
Hmm.
the head off. This dude, I
Yeah,
mean, ooh, you do not want to be at the end of one of his roundhouses. Ooh.
yeah, yeah. I met
So
him in Virginia Beach. We went over there to
yeah,
fight, and that's where I got to meet him and became good friends. Him and Craig Smith and Joe Lewis. You know,
yeah,
they're all from over there, and we became pretty good friends. In fact, we stayed connected. You know,
yeah.
Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson was actually the first guy who brought kickboxing to the United States. You know, in
Oh,
back in the 40s and 50s. You know, he was one of them. He ended up owning Top 10, and he sponsored me and my kids and stuff for a while
Oh,
until
that's
he
wow.
fantastic! Wow. Where is he?
yeah.
Well,
Where is he from originally?
In Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
back to Bill. I believe this. I mean, this is a fun fact, and I believe I'm correct. He was there in the same apartment or house where when John Belushi was dying.
Yeah.
I think it was him that he saw John take his last breath. So anyway, sad story. But what do we
In
got?
fact, Bill Wallace is always over here in Amarillo. He comes down here to do some training for Ty Garrett over here in Amarillo. He does a lot of kickboxing deals, and Troy Dorsey, he's always over here also.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's
So,
pretty
Tom,
neat.
in your life, who has mentored you? Like, who do you look up to? It doesn't have to be somebody in the kickboxing or martial arts world, but like, who's your hero? Who's somebody that has either mentored you or that you has really made an impact on you and helped you be who you are today?
Well, I mean, I really don't have very many people in my life that I look that way. I mean, I do have a few uh, close friends that helped me through life and taught me about life. One would be Don Williams. I don't know if you guys knew him. He's from here from Plainview, and he was an accountant. In fact, I worked for him there in the accounting office for a while, and he's he's been a good man that I've talked to a lot, and we became really good friends. And him, oh gosh, me and Darren Walters, he did a lot for me. Teaching me what he taught me and helping me with all that we've done together. So he's been another one of my mentors, kind of, and then my students, really. I live for them. I do a lot for them. In fact, I was telling my kids, I said, hey guys, I'm not going to be here through the whole class. I got to go. I'm going to go do a little interview deal on the deal. And one of my little girls says, interview for what, coach? And I said, well, I said, if I get this job, I'll be maybe closing and moving away. She goes, oh, no, you're not. And I've got a whole bunch of, man, I've got some really talented kids. She's one of them. My granddaughter, she's 14. She's got 28 wins with 2 losses, in her.
Wow.
She's been in the kids MMA is called pancration. They don't strike the face or kick the head, but it's still MMA. It's still a lot of punching, a lot of kicking, a lot of taking down, submissions, all of that. And she's done really good with that. My grandsons, I've got a lot of my family that's in it too. My daughter, she was ranked number 1 in the United States and number 3 in the world, and she got that in Naples, Italy. We went up there to fight, and she got ranked number 3 in the world over there. We've had some good success with this.
That's
Cool.
wonderful. I want to go back to something you talked about earlier on your time because I'm the one who asks all the serious questions because I like to study the mind.
Mm-hmm.
You talked.
What are you trying to say? What I do, Lisa?
Well, you alluded earlier to things in your childhood that you had to give up because of lack of funds. And I can take my own self back to a child. No matter who you are, when you're young, those are imprints. I mean, the fact that you can still recall them, probably feel the emotion behind them.
Yeah.
They left an imprint for you that shaped who you are today. And do you feel that through your generosity and your altruism of doing for these kids without asking for money, that it's healed those wounds for you? That it has helped to heal those wounds
It
for you?
really has. It really has. That it has, because of the fact that I'm able to do this. Like I said, everything to me is because of my good Lord. My gym. I bought my gym. I bought the building for 32,000. Started fixing it and everything. Not even a year later, a man comes up to me and gives me an empty check and tells me to pay my gym off. And I told him, I said, hey, I still owe over 32. He said, I didn't ask you what you owe. He says, I appreciate everything you do. Because you've done wonderful for this community and these kids, and I won't pay your gym off. I've had lots of that.
Wow.
Then another one put a roof on my Don Williams. He comes by, he's driving by, and I'm mopping the ring. And so he calls me on the cell phone. He says, Alcozer, what you doing dancing with that mop in the ring? And I said, well, just trying to get these leaks up before all the kids get here. And a couple months later, I got a better roof on my building. He paid for all of that. That's $50,000 right there.
Wow.
That they were charging. So yeah, I mean, that's what I said. That's why I give. That's why I give. And I've told all my kids, I told them, look, this foundation gave this gym to you guys, and everything that we've got, it's been. I worked hard to get it, and then I've been blessed with it. You know, it gets emotional sometimes for me for that because of the fact that I know that it's all because of good Lord upstairs.
Yeah, it just made me emotional. But Tommy, that's just a real people's generosity is a testament of your character. It's a testament
Mm.
of what you do. So I'm as your fellow classmate, I'm just super proud of you.
Absolutely.
It just makes my heart really full. I
Thank
love
y'all.
stories like this. This is, yeah. I'm
Yeah, yeah. There. I mean, I'm not just a coach. You know, I'm a father figure. I'm a brother. I'm a, mentor to a bunch of them. You know, a lot of these kids don't even know what love is till they get there. My whole gym is love. Everybody there in there, they all love each other. We're there for one another. And that's something that I am. After each class, we all get in the middle of my gym and take a knee, and we all say a prayer. You know, you know, if nothing else, I hope I'm at least leading all of these kids in the right direction.
Have any
I
of
was,
your kids grown up and had kids and asked you to be their godparent?
Yes,
How
yes.
many godchildren do you have?
I don't even know. But yeah, they're in the gym. I've had a bunch of them that, yeah, they're godchildren.
They're going to
And
start
I'm,
calling
I'm
you
also,
Padrino instead of Coach.
yeah, but I'm also even teaching some of my kids already.
Oh, wow.
You know,
I'm sorry, Michael, I interrupted you.
that's how long I've been doing
dang.
doing this. So it's been fun.
You mentioned the prayer at the end. Is that how you bring into the Christian values? Because I saw that in your website. How you bring in, you're
Yeah.
bringing Christian values on how you uh, coach or teach your kids. Is there any other way you're bringing that?
No, I mean, just with that, I mean, that's what we do. And then, there's no profanity in my gym. There's no, I tell everybody, boys, I tell them, hey, you wear earrings on your time, that's your business. But you walk in my doors, you don't have earrings on. There's, like I said, no profanity, no drugs. If a parent comes in smelling like beer or weed, they escort it out. I try to keep everything neat for my kids. We all the music that we play, I tell everybody, all my grown ups, say, make sure it's clean or don't play it at all. So everybody knows, right? And I've got a. You should hear my kids pray. It would hit your heart, man. A lot of these kids, and that's why I tell my wife, I'm never going to die. Every one of them kids blesses me every night. Lord, please keep Coach safe and please keep. But no, it's a nice deal. What we're doing is nice with it there in the gym.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Do you have like a swear jar when that does slip out, or do they
We
have
do
to do
push we
push-ups
do
or
push-ups. We do lots of
okay?
push-ups. Yeah.
Has the
And
coach ever
everybody's
cursed?
quick to point
What
it
ha-
out too.
yeah, what about you? Has the coach ever slipped one and had to do
No.
push-ups? No. Good for you.
Yeah. No,
So,
not in front of my kids. I mean and I try not to, that's been in my past, and if I do say one, it's something's going really bad.
well, walk us through like a day in your gym, like say for John Angel Yannis. As soon as he walks into your gym, walk through his routine of working out, training.
Everybody walks straight in, and we do 30 minutes of jump rope, just
Okay.
pure jump rope. We've also got different ways that we do jump rope. Not just
Yeah.
regular. Yeah. So we do a lot of jump roping, and that's mandatory. 30 minutes of jump rope from 5:30 to 6. We jump rope. 6 to 6:30 we do cardio, and we do some with weights, some with just body. Stuff like that. We do a lot of that conditioning. To me is it's a big must. My guys don't get tired. If we go compete, if we get beat, like I tell them, we get beat because they were just better than us, not because we were tired and running out of go-go juice. But after 6:30, then we go on to do whatever it is we're gonna do. If we're boxing, we do work on boxing. We're doing jujitsu Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do jujitsu classes. So that's at 6:30. Everybody finishes, and then we go up front and do all of our jujitsu classes. And all of my strikers only, they stay in the back, and I teach all the striking. I've got a jujitsu coach, and so in the back I do all the boxing, kickboxing, striking. Uh, so that's basically what we do every day. I built me a sauna in my room, in my gym, and we do mitts in there. I do a lot of mitts in there.
Yeah, we saw that video that you posted on the page. I mean, it's like that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I need to do that for like an hour. I mean, I probably won't last 5 minutes, but I'll give it a
Yeah.
shot. So
No, it's good. I tell everybody, like at 6:30, and I say, all right, one's going up there, go up here. I said, all you guys, y'all been bad. Y'all go in my office. That's what they call it, my office. The sauna room's my office. So yeah, go in there. Sometimes I'll have about 20 of them in there. Then it's really hot.
I bet.
But
well,
yeah,
cool.
If I don't tell you this now, I'm going to forget. When you were talking about the kids a little bit ago, something that really jumped out at me was when you were talking about, the rules that you have, the no cursing and, clean music, all that stuff. What you're doing for those children and young adults as well is that you're providing a safe space.
Yeah.
And you want to think that, okay, yes, parents love their children all the time, but some doesn't mean that you're always a good parent. And it would be naive to think that all the parents of all these people are the best parents. That's not reality. So for you to even have boundaries with parents, like you said, if they come in smelling like alcohol or weed or whatever that you ask them to leave, you're giving their kid a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Even from that, you're providing the sanctuary for them. I want to come be one of the kids. Yeah,
Come on.
no, but I make light of it. It's a really wonderful thing that safety is a really, really important thing that young people should have.
Yeah.
Like the
Absolutely.
one place where I can completely trust that I am safe. That is a gift I wish I had. So that really, really resonated with me. So thank you.
So I'm going to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
If they made a movie about you, if someone wrote a movie about you right now, what you've done, who's going to play you?
I don't know. Danny DeVito.
What about
No, I don't know.
Guzman? What's his name? Guzman.
That's who I
Uh,
was thinking of.
yeah, I forgot his name, first name, but yeah, just I mean, it's like one of these stories. I mean, really, like Coach Carter, about a guy who played in his high school. Not he was an older man. He took these kids and then developed, these kids who weren't going nowhere, but a lot of them went to college and got recruited. So I mean, you never know,
Yeah,
Tommy. You never know.
that's something that's happened in my gym. I've taken, drug dealers and turned them around. I took
Oh,
one, well, it was a pretty big one, here in town, and actually talked him into going to college. And he went to college and graduated. You know,
Wow.
I've had a lot of that kind of stuff. I had one kid, super good, nice kid, but was getting bullied in high school. And, back then Dion Guerra was just a police officer at the school. And I would always tell him, I said, man, these kids, they don't know who they're messing with. This kid's going to hurt them. And he even told me one day, Tommy, you just need to let it happen. And I always tell my kids, don't let me catch you fighting in school. And so he got cornered, and he had to fight. And it took Dion and three other men to get him off of that kid. And so they were talking about sending him off. So I went and talked to Judge Curry, who was a good friend of mine. I told him, I said, Judge, I said, this is a good kid. He was just he got cornered and he had to protect himself. And I said, but I know that you're talking about sending him off for a few years. I said, well, why don't you do this and do me a favor? Do him a favor. I said, let's get him to go and sign up for the Army. I said, give him that ultimatum and let him decide. And, either jail time or go on to the Army. And he did. And he said, young man, he goes, there's somebody in this courtroom that really thinks highly of you. And I think of him the same way. He goes, he's a good friend of mine. So I'm going to do him a favor and do you a favor. He says, right now you leave my court and you go straight to the Army and you enlist. He goes, or we're giving you 4 years. And he said, no, I'll go enlist for 4 years. And he did. He went and enlisted. About 8 months later, he called me, thanking me for that. And he said, Coach, I went ahead and signed up for the boxing team over here, and I'm 16-0 with the Army. I said, good for you. Look at there. And he did his 4 years in the Army and came by the gym when he got out of the Army and just to tell me hi and thank you. And he said, but I'm not staying in Plainview. I'm getting out of this town. And no, I've had lots of things like that.
You saved his life and many kids' lives then.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have gone to prison and got hooked up with some bad people there, or even gotten killed because of what he that he knows how to fight. Someone's going to test him, someone bigger eventually. And I mean, it's good for you, Tommy. It really. So, let's go back to some of like our classmates or people that we went to school with. Have any of them joined your gym?
That we went to school with. I've had a few that did come bring me their kids or grandkids,
Oh, okay.
and but I can't really remember.
I think Kathy Goss mentioned. I think she
Yeah,
said
Kathy.
yeah,
Kathy trained. It's been a few years back, but
yeah.
she came in and she was taking classes with me because I've also had an all ladies classes that I would do just conditioning for them, and she was one of them at the time. Came in there with us, you know. Trying to think of anybody else. Neil Gillespie, his boys were in there with me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Trying to think who else. Oh,
It's definitely a small town.
yeah, it's a small town, but like I said, this is going through right now.
Well, I mean, Lisa doesn't know this, but my aunt, who's a sister of my mother, married Shorty. He was your uncle?
Yeah, Shorty was my uncle.
Yeah. So we have a little connection there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he was married to my aunt Elva for many, many years. Unfortunately, she passed away a few years back. May she rest in peace. But
Well, even at that, I mean, my grandma and your dad were cousins.
oh, really?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who? What's her
His
name?
grandmother and your dad.
My grandma's name was Juanita, and she was
Flores?
no, it was Salazar. She was Salazar when she was.
Okay. Oh, I gotta talk to my dad when I mentioned that. Okay. I did not know that. Oh wow.
Wow, so y'all are actually related.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, you mentioned that you travel to other countries. What's your favorite country that you travel to and why?
Oh man, that was easy. Brazil.
Oh,
Went to Brazil. It was beautiful over there, and got over there and met a really good friend over there. He was one of the coaches, and they everywhere we went, we had to charter the bus, and they charged us everything everywhere we went. He goes, "No, man, don't do that no more." He goes, "I'm gonna pick you up. Let's go. I'm gonna take you to see the real Brazil." And I said, "All right." So we did. We went all kinds of places. We went to his house, had a big cookout. Really good people over there. It was beautiful over there. And went to Sao Paulo, and Rio de Janeiro, and the other one was France. I went to fight in Paris, France. Went up there. That was pretty nice. Except they didn't treat us very well there. They said no. Our interpreter said, "You're really screwed here twice." And I said, "Why?" And he says, "Well, they don't like the Americans for one, and they hate the Spaniards."
Oh
I said,
wow.
"Oh." But yeah, but it was nice. It was nice. We got to do that. Dublin, Ireland was really nice.
Ooh,
Hungary,
I would love
Germany.
Dublin, Ireland. I would definitely like to go there. There,
Yeah.
Scotland. I do. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't drink a lot. Even though I've been posting some drinks lately, I like to have one or two good bourbons. Like I don't know, 3, 4 times. I mean, not every other night or something. But yeah,
Mhm.
the Scotch whiskey there. Oof. I mean,
Mhm.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was good. We had a lot. We went and tried a lot of things. Just don't ever eat their sausage links. They're not sausage links.
Oh Lord.
This one, it was dry blood.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's blood sausage.
yeah. I was like, ooh, that was nasty.
Okay, so your favorite country was Brazil. What's the favorite food from a country that?
Well, they're in Brazil.
Okay,
We went to this one place and they've got all this meat on these racks, on this. They just slide the meat on it, and that's where they cut it off for you. And they had probably 30 or 40 different meat stacks on there.
yeah, I
And
think
that,
it's called churrascaria or something like that.
yeah, it was good. It was good. That I think they're probably the best ones. Italy was nice. We went to Naples, Italy. I guess, yeah, Naples. I mean, Italy and Brazil were probably the best. I
What
couldn't
about
find
any?
no good beer in France.
Uh, what about Asia? Did you go any of the like Asian countries?
No, I mean, I had some of my students that got to go. We were going to Beijing, China, and to go fight over there. And then the guy that was taking all of us, took one of my girls and went about 2, 3 months before we were going. And he had an opening for a female, so we sent her. Well, he gets over there and he just leaves her alone. She
Yeah,
was fending for herself over there, and a good friend of mine from California, Steve Fossum, calls me. He says, "Hey, Tommy, is this Morgan yours?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, she's out here by herself, and we done told her to just hang out with us because she's by herself out here." I said, "Wow." So me and Coach Lee got into a little argument over that. And so that's why me and my son didn't get to go to China, but the rest of the team did. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 go to Beijing besides me and my son. But I was really looking forward to that one. I didn't get to go. Um, we've been to Russia.
I was going to ask you if you've been to Russia. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that was nice. It's all different. Everywhere you go is different. But I enjoyed it because you get to go and see all
Yeah.
their culture and how they live, all that good stuff.
Again, a kid from Plainview, Texas.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. You need to write a book, man, or you have
Mhm.
Lisa. She'll write it for you.
There you go. Mhm.
I want front row seats when the movie comes out.
Well, unfortunately, Salma Hayek is going to be his date there, Lisa. So,
And
uh,
I'll stick to my wife.
there you go. There you
You
go.
know,
Good answer.
it's so
Good
funny. A
answer.
lot of people see me and they see because I don't know if you looked at my Facebook. Everywhere that I go, I take a picture with the ring girls, and everybody's like,
Yeah, I've seen a few of those.
"Your wife lets you?" I said, "My wife takes them." They're like, "You really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I got a really good wife, but
Yes, you do.
there's
Yes, you
there's
do.
there is not a jealous bone in either one of us. I always tell everybody, if there's no trust in your marriage, you don't have a good marriage.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's exactly
that's
right.
you're right.
Mm.
Well, let's go the opposite. Was there any countries that besides that one girl that went by herself, but that was dangerous or that you had to have security to go with you guys, the company,
No,
y'all?
no, it's always been really good.
Good.
Everywhere we went was nice. We went to Argentina. That was pretty nice there too. No, there was never anywhere that I was scared. Everywhere they treated us pretty good.
How has that kind of travel impacted you? I've traveled all over the world, and for me, it's like the world. We're all connected, and the world is really much smaller than we think it is. That's what
Mhm.
I've discovered traveling the world. What have you discovered traveling the world?
About the same. About the same. And it's like I said. I just enjoyed all the different cultures. Just seeing and talking to people. You know, seeing how they live. I tried really hard to always be a good person where that I can talk to people and they would bring me in. And like I said, coaches would take us and we'd go out and go eat, go to their houses, things like that. That's been the fun part. Me and John from France, we still talk a lot, and they took us everywhere. In fact, when we fought up there, we fought on a Saturday night. We weren't leaving till Monday morning at 6 in the morning. And they said, bring all y'all's luggage with you out to the fights. I was like, what? What are we going to do? Where are we going to stay? He goes, oh, y'all not going to sleep no more until y'all get on the plane. And boy, we saw all of Paris. We did. We had fun. But
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
it's been nice. There's a lot of nice people out there in the world. And then there's some that were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what else we want to talk about? His fighting, Lisa. I'm trying to look at some of these questions before we get to the high school part of it. Um,
We
well,
we pretty much cover them all.
okay,
Let's go to high school.
let's go back
Let's go.
41 years ago.
Yeah. So you one of the questions we were going to ask you is you played sports, but you said that you did for a bit and then didn't again.
Yeah, I played football from the seventh till my sophomore year. Then junior year and senior year, I didn't play. Yeah, I got out. That's when I was saying I started going the wrong way. I just wanted to be out partying. I met my wife. I actually met her when I was a freshman in high school, and my wife, she was 4 years older than me, and I lied to her. I was at the club. I told her, I was 14. I was at the club, and I told her I was 17, senior in high school.
Pete's Palladium.
Well, remember next door to that funky town?
Oh, okay.
It's
No,
called Funky Town. There at the Pete's, but at the end,
So
yeah,
y'all
that's
been
what.
together ever since?
Yeah,
wow.
Wow.
yes, yes. Since I was a freshman in high school.
That's in. So she was a senior and you were a freshman.
No, she wasn't even in school. She was 19 years old. She was already out.
Oh,
She was already out.
Yeah,
Wow. Look at you, player.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was out. In fact, you know, that was my life. After I met her, sophomore year I played, and then after that I didn't play no more football. The only thing I did miss was Coach Bill grabbing my face mask and yelling in my face, saying "Al Crapazar" every time I did something wrong. That was one of the funnies I can remember. Every time I did something good, it was Alcazar, and every time I did something bad, it was Al Crapazar. Coach Bill,
he's still there.
yeah, yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
How my God, how old is he?
Jeez,
80s, 90s, 80s, I would think.
Like he's still coaching?
I don't know if I think he's gets involved somehow. That's Uh, I don't know to what extent, but I don't think he's on the staff, but I think he helps. If that makes any
Uh,
Yeah.
sense.
so Tommy, who did you hang out with in high school?
Well, back then, it was me and old Santos Rodriguez. We were best friends from first grade up. We were always good friends. That's really who I hung up with. Other than that, Greg Carter, with some of the football guys, we played football together, hung around some with him. Me and Johnny Escobar, we were next door neighbors. We fought more than we were friends.
Well,
No, we were
John,
good friends. In fact, he there right before he died, he came into my gym, came over and TJ Wahlberger was there. He's a UFC fighter, and he would come to me to train for his stand up, all his striking. And Johnny came in that day, and he said, "Man, I didn't know you did all of this." I said, "Yeah." No, he right before he passed away is when he had come by there. We had a few good breakfasts together, and he'd come over to New Griddle. I'm there every day from 9 to 10 o'clock every day.
that's your
Okay.
post office.
It's been out for the past
I
32
can't believe
years.
it's still open.
I know.
Yeah. Well, if y'all remember Stacy McCarty, she's
Yeah.
yeah, it's still hers
Oh
or her
wow.
mom's. But yeah, she's there every day too.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, after baseball games, man, we used to go there and eat their hamburgers all the time. And I
Mm,
remember when you left there, you smell like the new griddle. It's
yeah.
Oh,
that good grease.
Yeah.
your hair, your clothes.
I mean, that's been there for a long time. I figured it'd be closed by now, but wow.
Mm. Well, they were trying to sell it there for a little while. Because Macy, her mom, she's already up in age. And
Hmm.
they were trying to get rid of it so they could retire.
Oh, Stacy, she's another one who showed up for the Lakeside picture. Didn't attend the reunion, but she was there. She was there. There was a
Yeah.
few. There was a guy named Joe Reyes.
Yeah, Joe Reyes.
Yes, he showed up.
Yeah.
So there's a handful that came just for the Lakeside picture. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was neat. I seen everybody out there. I live right here, right in front of it, so I just walked over there.
When did
I'm
you quit band?
good.
I only played the sixth grade.
Uh, Oh, just sixth grade. And that was it. Okay.
That was it. Then like I said, my parents worked a lot, but we were very poor.
Okay.
Everything we got, just very little.
Okay.
Do you have any funny stories that you can share with the guys that you hung out with that you remember?
Well, just like I said, just my funniest thing, the only thing that ever comes back to my mind is Coach Beagle. And I seen that y'all would put on there. Did I ever get licks? Oh yeah. Oh
tell
yeah.
us tell us the first time. What did you do
Oh,
to deserve your first licks?
oh
What
man,
grade were you in?
Jesus! All from the seventh grade on up, all the time. Always for not doing things or not showing up for school or stuff like that, and fighting most of the time. Most of the time it was for fighting. Coach, man, I mean Mr. McBee, he was. Me and him knew each other real well. I knew his paddle, every inch of it. No, I do remember a lot of that. Just little things like that.
well,
I did, like I said, I was more of a quiet kid, and I mean, I did fight a lot, but if people picked on me, I didn't back down. You know,
right.
but that was about it.
Was there any teacher that helped you or that really impacted you?
Mr. White, my building trades teacher, I love that man. He did a lot for me too.
In
Mr.
what ways?
White, huh?
In what ways? What did he do?
Oh, just by what he taught me and how he taught me and how he treated me. In fact, back then, Wayland had building trades also, and he had got me into to Wayland. He said, when you graduate, he goes, you're gonna go in as a junior over there with all the experience you got. And but I didn't go to college. I just after I graduated. In fact, I didn't even walk 83. And I went back they called me into the office in December and said, hey, you've got enough credits if you want to go ahead and get out, and you can get out already and just come back for graduation. I said, fine. I did that, and I come back, and when it was cap and gown time, they told me I lacked half of a credit. I said, what? I said, man, you guys told me, I was good to go. And so I waited another year, and then I went back in '85. I just didn't feel right that I didn't get my diploma. So I went back in '85 and I graduated. And Mr. Wampler, I don't know if y'all remember him. He helped me quite a bit get through that and graduate.
Mr. Who? I don't remember him.
Mr. Wampler.
No, I don't remember. Do you, Lisa?
Mm-mm.
He must have.
He was a social studies teacher, I think's what he was.
Okay.
But he did help me out quite a bit. He was a real quiet man.
I think I vaguely know who you're talking about.
I don't. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the
Look
'83 annual
him up and hold it up so I can see.
if I can, if he's in there.
Good for
So
you, Tommy.
So what did y'all? I mean, besides drinking, as you mentioned, where did you guys do for fun? Where did y'all go? Where did you go with some of the guys?
Or your girlfriend.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I mean, heck, I just remember we always hung out at Allsup's across the street, the skating ring on the weekends. That was everybody's pastime. But then, like I said, at 13, 14 years old, I was already hitting the bar. So that was where I was at. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'd go out there. Every time it was open, I was there.
Well, that'll sure make you grow up fast.
It did. It did. Back then, and it was a different life for me. And I guess, and then here's another testimonial deal of God. Is my daughter was 2 years old. She got bit by another little kid. Broke out in 105 fever. We were in Dallas and took her to the ER. They couldn't get her temperature to come down. We was there a whole day in there, a whole day. And the next day, doctor says you need to call your doctor at home and get her home. Maybe he can find something. That's when back then Dr. Loggins was here, and he was a good friend of mine. So I called him, and he said, "Yeah, when you get in town, call me, and I'll have a nurse in there with me, and we'll start running tests on her." Because it was late, so we did. We went called him. He met us there at the clinic, and he couldn't find nothing. He goes, "Tommy, I don't know what to tell you." He goes, "The only thing I can tell you, she's probably going to end up being mentally handicapped because her brain's been cooking for 2 days." And I remember going upstairs in my bedroom up there, and I was holding her, and she's crying, and I'm crying. And I said, "You know what, Lord, if you really do exist, let me put my little girl down, let her take off running and playing, and let this fever be done." Lisa, it was just like that. As soon as I said that, I put her down. She took off running. It was done.
Wow.
So right there and then, I said, "Lord, I'm yours. I am yours. You do. I repent of my sins, and I ask you, please guide me now." And He's been with me since. He's been helping me. Well, I give everything to Him. I give everything to Him. Because of Him, I am who I am now.
Wow.
What a powerful testimony. My gosh.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, but back in the school years, guys, I mean, there was really not very much that I was just there get my schooling. That was it.
What car did you drive back then?
My '68 Mustang. Remember, I had that. I still have it.
Really?
I
Nice.
still have it. Yeah.
Does it
My
still
six.
run?
Yeah, yeah. All I gotta do is put my radiator. See my brothers. You know, I had fixed it up for them. They couldn't drive it because it was a standard. So I went and got an automatic transmission, put it in there. Except the linkage was backwards. So in park, it was actually first, and in first was actually park. Well, my brother decides he's going to go race somebody and slaps it down in low while he put it in park. So it busted that dry shaft, the U bolts and dry shaft and all. It messed it all up. I parked it. And then I pulled out the engine later and rebuilt. I bought me another one. I bought a big block to put into it because I wanted faster. I don't know why, but I built me a big block. I cammed it up. Everything got it going. All I had to do was set my radiator in there, and my brothers were like, "Hurry up, hurry up! I want to go to the driver. I want to race." And it's been parked for 25 years.
Oh wow.
I said, "Nobody's driving this again." Now my little grandson's like, "You're gonna fix it for me, right?" I said, "Yeah, I'll get it going." I'm fixing to go pull it to my shop and start working on it again. But yeah, I still have it. I still have
That's
Wow.
fantastic.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I one show I said I mean I wish I would have kept my Trans Am.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I can regret if I go back is not trade that thing in. I would have loved to have kept it. Like also mentioned like Jimmy Boddicker, you know, he still has his Z28 when he bought back in high school.
Hmm.
So yeah. Oh
Yeah.
well.
I remember when you got that car
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So you're one. Do you have any other kids? There's doing well as much as John.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Yeah. I've got quite a bit. We got quite a bit
okay.
now. I've got one young lady. She's also 32 or 33. She's been doing really good, and I told her I'm gonna do one more amateur fight, and I'm already gonna turn her pro. Let her start making some money for getting hit.
Yeah.
You know, tell us you might as well start making money. You're getting punched anyway. But no, she's one of my coaches now too. She helps me a lot.
Did you just recently post something about her?
I might have. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
She just fought
Yeah.
last in October,
Okay.
and she won her fight there. So yeah, I did. Yeah,
Well,
that's yeah. We're
um,
doing
go ahead.
really good. You know, the Rosas family that I tell you, they're up there in Vegas now, and they're doing really excellent. They're the oldest one was a girl. Her name was Kenya Rosas, and man, that little girl. I took her, and I mean, she got big on the internet, and people know her all over the place. And she got out, and for a little while, she got married to a kid from another gym, and she was still coming over to ours, and then they were starting to have problems because he wanted her over there, but she wanted to be over here with us. So I told her, no, just go back over there. I said, you don't need to be having troubles with your marriage over this. And so she did, and now she moved to Vegas, and they're over there now, and
Okay.
they're doing pretty good.
When you say she was big, is it like was she a YouTuber or was she
Well,
in?
yeah, people were knowing her everywhere. Yeah, she was all over the place.
Is it because she was fighting, or is it did she
Mhm.
have a
Yeah, she was.
podcast too?
No, no, she was because of
Okay.
her fighting. She was
Wow.
really good. She was 16 years old. I was already fighting her with adults.
Well, you mentioned the Rojas, Rudy. Was it his first? What was his first name? Rojas.
Raul
Raul.
Rosas
Raul. Raul. Has anyone like him done any acting?
acting? No,
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 not yet.
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. So here's the big question, Tommy. How much longer are you going to do this?
That's a good question. And like I tell everybody, until there's nobody walking through the doors, I tell them, I said, you know what? I want to die like Mick did on Rocky.
I was gonna mention him. I was gonna
And
reference him.
and that girl
But
that I
you're
was
not
talking
gonna
about,
talk like him.
she said, "You just better not die on me, coach."
Yeah. You're a bum.
No,
Yeah.
that would traumatize your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't show up in the penguin costume that he was the original penguin from Batman, the TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, but like
Oh,
I said, I keep thinking about it. I have talked to my wife about stopping, and I was already going to close the gym back when she got sick, and she said no. She goes, "You're going to need that gym when I'm gone." She goes, "That's the only thing that's going to keep you sane." She goes, "You need that gym, so don't you dare close it." Okay.
I mean, eventually you're gonna have to turn it over to someone who.
Yeah, I've already talked to a couple of people that I told them when I walk away, I'm just going to give you the keys. And, we'll do what we got to do legally, but uh, yeah, I'm just going to hand it over to somebody and hope that they. I'm just like I tell everybody, whoever I'm going to give it to is going to have to treat it the same way that I did.
Yeah,
You gotta love the gym. You gotta love the kids. Otherwise, it's
Get
not for you.
that in writing, because then they're contractually bound to it.
yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah, get it in writing, saying it's yours under these conditions, and you're signing here, and this is a legal
Yeah,
document, and that way for sure your legacy. You want your legacy to be honored.
yeah.
That way. So, what's the most rewarding thing about what you do?
The
The love
love
you
that I
get,
have
or the
from
love
all
you
of
receive?
these kids. You know, what was that?
The love you give, or the love you receive?
Or
Both.
both. Both. Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, that we're a really big we're a big family in there. You know, we uh we treat one another like brothers and sisters. There's no dating in there. Also, I tell them you don't ask nobody in here out. I
Good
said,
for you.
we keep it strictly team. We're a family here, guys. And yeah, it's just worked out really good. I've only had one get married,
I
but
was
that
gonna
one was
say,
okay.
so once
I gave
people
them
are
a
done
lesson.
training, do they date after the fact?
Yeah. No, I mean everybody's been pretty good about it. Nobody's ever, like I said, only that one, and that was about 5 years ago. One of my students, he comes up to me, he says, "Coach, can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "I got to tell you, I've been seeing Veronica," and I said, "Oh," I said, "Man, I already knew that." He said, "I've been dreading this for months and come and tell you, and you already knew." I said, "No, guys," I said, "y'all got my blessing." I said, "Y'all are adults." I said, "Y'all are
Yeah.
adults." I said, "Mainly is for the kids, that I say that. But you guys, y'all are adults. Y'all know what y'all doing. I give you my blessing." He go, "Well, you're like the dad for the team, so I had to come and tell you."
Well, that's cool. Well, the actor is Luis Guzman. That's his first name, Luis Guzman. He could probably play you very well.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
a
I
he's
gotta
a
pull him. I gotta pull him up.
yeah
I was thinking of a different actor.
yeah he's been a character actor. Um, so but yeah, Tommy. I mean, it's again, it's like a diamond in the rough. I mean, you've done so very well, and it's yeah, you need to get your name out there more. I mean, I know you do in your community and MMA fighting, but yeah, I mean, it seems like yeah, uh,
Back when
yeah,
I was doing the United States stuff, I would make shirts for all of our fighters and everything. And the guy that was doing my shirts, he tells me, he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna put head coach on here, and I'm gonna put your name." And I said, "No." He goes, "Why not?" And I said, "I don't care for that." Because I did put all the Team USA names on the shirts, and he's like, "Coach, you are just too humble." He goes, "I'm going to put it on there whether you want it or not." And I said, "That's all right if you do." I said, "But really, that's not that's not what I'm about." And he said, "No, I know." He goes, "But really, you're too humble." That's it. It's all right. No, like I said, I've had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I just pray to
absolutely.
God he keeps me there so I can see my grandkids do it more.
Yeah. I don't think you're
Tommy,
going anywhere, my friend. I don't think you are. So did you see Luis,
No,
Lisa?
I haven't seen it.
it wouldn't come up.
See what I can do.
Oh yeah. Well, no, sort of maybe. I'm sorry, Tommy. I think you're more handsome. So
He's a good actor. I mean, he's a good actor. You
he's a
see
good
him?
actor.
I'm trying to get the glare. You see him? Without the glare. Anyway,
Move to the right a little bit. You had it.
Oh man.
there you go.
He's too short. Yeah, I know
So
what you're
you
talking about.
recognize him, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, my man, bravo. This is the time we say your parting words. Did you want to say any parting words? Or we'd like go ahead.
I just that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to you guys, and I'm glad y'all are doing this for all the others. I seen Lisa's brother on here the other day. Y'all had him on there. Me and him are pretty good friends, and in fact, I built his car.
Built Adam's car.
Huh?
You built Adam's car. No, whose car?
Adam?
No,
No,
who?
Jesse.
Oh, Jesse. Yeah.
Oh no, that's not your brother. No,
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what?
no, no, no,
That
no,
was
no, no.
that
Yeah.
was
My
That's
brother.
Rosa. That's Rosa.
that Rosa
Rosa.
Barrera.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, I built it Jesse Barrera's car. He's our DA here.
Yes.
And so like I said, I do all of their cars and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I could tell you this. If I'm in Plainview, I will show up to the new griddle between 9 and 10 and have breakfast with you, man.
Come on, man. Come on,
Yeah,
y'all. Y'all are always
absolutely,
welcome.
absolutely. Well, Lisa, you wanted
Well,
to?
we have started asking our guests this question to end the night with the what you know now. You know the inside of time. Now today, what would you tell your younger self?
My younger self to study harder, get a better education. I really would have. I would. That is something that I wish I would have. I wish I'd have went to college, but I had when I graduated, I already had one. I had my son Tommy Jr. and I had to get to work. And it's good education really is. There's a lot of things that I wish I knew then that I know now. That's about probably the only thing. I don't think I'd change anything else in my life. I've had a really good life. I won't complain about it.
That's wonderful, and
Yeah.
that's good sage advice. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Really enjoyed having you. This I think it's a wonderful podcast to end the year with. You have touched my heart in ways that I can't even begin to articulate right now. I'm just processing. Um, and to end our year with this special broadcast, you've really inspired me and yeah, just really deeply inspired me. And I'm so proud to know you. I'm so proud that you were our classmate and how you represent Plainview and yourself. And I love what you're doing. And you should be, and I love your humility. Okay. I really believe that you're a genuinely thoughtful and humble human being. And that's what makes you special. And I can see why you're so popular. Um, so I'm just so grateful that you were willing to come and share part of your story and your testimony, powerful testimony, and your time with us. And keep doing what you're doing. You're shining a big godly light on a lot of people. So my
Thank you very much, and keep doing your kung fu.
Absolutely.
It keeps you
There's a
young.
couple of classmates when I posted your photo that like Steve Olson, he said
Yeah.
something very nice. And I think was it Wendy Stewart? Someone else did as well.
Mm.
I was trying to find it, but yes, Tommy. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your family,
Merry Christmas to y'all and Happy New Year.
and
Y'all have a blessed one.
Thank
yes,
you. The same.
and continue and your success and helping these kids out. And please, as soon as we get finished, send me your Venmo. And again, all I ask in return is like to have a photo with you with the person that we helped out. And Lisa's going to do 4 of them. I'll do one. No, we'll hopefully this would help a little bit. And
Yeah,
again,
appreciate it.
everyone, please, if you're interested in sponsoring a gi, that's what we used to call them. I don't know what you guys call them.
Yeah, well, we still got geese. We still got, and,
Okay,
I do Shotokan as well. And
okay,
that's what I got my black belt under, Shotokan. We do that. And what I'm buying all the kids right now that I'm trying to raise up is we got a windsuit. It's Team Extreme windsuit.
okay,
I put their last name on the sleeve and our logo on the back, and
okay.
that's what I'm getting all the kids.
Well, good.
But yeah, I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for y'all's time as well. Uh, keep it up.
Thank you. Well, you take care of yourself, and I will have breakfast with you, man. I will.
Come on.
I will.
Come
All
on.
right, brother. Thank you. Good
All
night.
right. Thank y'all. God bless.
Oh, Michael.
I know, right?
I'm just like, oh my gosh. I I wish I knew him better, And I didn't know him very well, just because we ran in different circles. And
Right.
what a really sweet and wonderful human being.
Yes.
And how blessed those that get to work with him are, and I hope they know that. I really hope they know that.
I hope they watch us. Hope some of his students and his older students will watch us and and you know anyone that's troubled out there, go join his gym. You know.
To me, somebody like that's a hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not somebody who's rich and famous and whatever. That's a hero.
Right.
Somebody that does it um, for the love, and So, and everybody knows out there that I'm a yoga therapist and a yoga teacher, and there is a term called tejas. It's spelled like Tejas, but it's tejas, and it's basically a quality of a human being. And I'm going to tell you what it is. What it means is the radiant splendor of personality that expresses itself as love, courage, and creativity, and a melting tenderness that draws all heart. That man is Tejas. That's what he represents. I just described his spirit,
Mhm.
and that's why he is successful, and his students are successful, because that's what he exudes. And wow, how privileged we are.
Yeah, it is. And again, from our class, bravo. He said he went back to 85. Doesn't no, he's from 83, 100%. So, well, guys, this is our last show for the year. Um, we have a few shows, of course, already lined up for January, and so stay tuned. We'll be posting that on our Facebook page. But again, Lisa, I mean, Merry Christmas,
Merry
safe
Christmas.
travels, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to everyone out there. And we will see you next year.
We'll see you next year. Merry
Absolutely.
Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.